So that brings us to the other thing that Mighty Mouse was talking about, like gi versus no gi. He's like, gi is much harder than no gi, right? And the reason it's much harder is because you have all the grips you have to fight against. Somebody grabs your collar, you've got to strip that grip before you can do the next thing, right? Or you have to worry about that grip before you do the next thing. Versus with no gi, you're pushing them away. You can make a little space and push them away. They don't really have a whole lot to hold on to, right?
Right.
So what are your thoughts on that? You already prefer gi over no gi, but which one do you feel like is the tougher of the two jiu-jitsus?
I know for a fact it's gi. It's more technical.
Yeah.
And it'll make you a better jiu-jitsu practitioner playing gi.
Yeah.
I have one of the good UFC guys that we were hanging out with. He'll do no gi with us.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
If we put him in a gi, oh my gosh, he's like, quit grabbing my clothes. So, yeah, he's I hope I'm going to probably try to shoot this podcast to him. But Brian, hey, man, I'm going to get you a uniform one of these days. And we'll officially get you ranked in jiu-jitsu after we get the roll for you a couple times in that gi. So
there you go.
But anyways, rolling in gi is definitely way more technical.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder just because there's so many more moving parts. There's more moves that you have to be aware of.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, but hey, this is the moral of the story, even on a self-defense side.
Yeah.
If you're wearing clothes,
most people are wearing clothes.
And if they're not, I may not engage with them
you're
on
at the wrong beach.
I may not engage with them in jiu-jitsu. I'll try to run fu before I have to defend myself for sure. But most people are wearing clothes. If you have a collar, gi jiu-jitsu is applicable.
Well, just like, you're wearing a polo shirt.
Right.
I can reach in there and get a deep half collar.
Yeah.
And control you a little bit. Or even with a t-shirt, same thing. You reach in there and grab that collar. And you can get a lot of control with that, especially if you bunch it up in the back. Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, wearing a long sleeve shirt. Oh, that's good. That's a sleeve choke too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely preferred. And if you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, like I said, I highly recommend keep training in gi. It'll make you sharper. So
yeah, I saw something. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Gordon Ryan, right? He's king of no gi right now. He's all over the place. He's like the big guy, the king, Gordon Ryan. And he came out and said that in 10 years, gi jiu-jitsu will be obsolete, right? And I'm like, why? I mean, what is a big deal? Why do you have to feel like, no gi is elite? All these no gi guys that are playing, they feel like they're so much better than us gi guys. Because I love training the gi. I mean, we do 2.5, 3 months in the summer of no gi, and I enjoy it because it's just a different skill set, makes you think differently, kind of changes up your game a little bit. Every year when we come back from no gi, my game's a little different because I've had to adjust a few things. I've figured out how to have a little bit more pressure, a little bit more control without having to rely on the grips.
Right.
But man, my heart is gi. I mean, like you said, it's just so much more technical. You have so much more control. You have to think deeper whenever you're in gi versus no gi, in my opinion. And there's just so many more options for submissions and chokes and, reversals and, everything. There's so much more everything in gi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what do you think about that statement that no gi will be obsolete in 10 years? It won't exist, essentially, is what he's saying.
Gordon Ryan is definitely a showstopper kind of guy, and he'll make statements that will create controversy, which is great for clickbait.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If you truly feel that way, hey, man, more power to you. But if you're looking at the art of jiu-jitsu, if you're going to be a skilled person, you got to train in gi.
Yeah.
You really do. And, if you're just going in there to cage fight and you just want to get an average level of jiu-jitsu, hey, man, more no gi to you. There's a lot of places that specialize just in no gi.
Yeah.
10th Planet, you could do all the Frankenstein and this and that and the weird names. Hey, cool. That's a young man's game.
Yeah.
But if you really want to make jiu-jitsu an all-life practice, you got to train gi.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my thought to it. It'll be obsolete in 10 years. No.
Yeah.
I think anybody who's trained in jiu-jitsu or who's training in jiu-jitsu knows better than that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to train in uniform, because I don't care how good of a no gi player you are. If you find yourself anywhere that's remotely cold,
Yeah.
you need to know how to play gi.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a good judo guy will get a hold of you and throw you around. So yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.